Peace, something we are all seeking and yearning for. Peace, something we were once indigenous to. Peace, something we have lost along our way. Our way to obtaining knowledge of self. The knowledge of our ancestors who were removed from their natural state. The knowledge of our people who refused to be oppressed. In our journey, we lost our grip on peace. In a society of pressure, stress, and traumas, we have become comfortable with holding on to the burdens of fear and anxiety, family secrets buried in our DNA. Change within is our only way back to peace. Peace in our communities, peace in our families, peace within ourselves. A major change in our thinking, in our actions, and our existence is needed. A non-negotiable change. Welcome to the revolution with Sister Talibah.
This is an injustice.
Peace, everyone. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Grand rising. Good morning. Peace to everyone. So, today is Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. And I think this is going to be part one of my message. And part one, because the message that you see on the screen is not what I originally planned to talk about, but it is also connected to what I wanted to share in regards to mental health. So I got the message early this morning during my early morning meditation. And what came to me was, you uplift the curse that you are meant to heal. And I kept saying those words over and over again. You uplift the curse that you are meant to heal. And so my first thought went to pathological curses or dysfunctions in a family. And that's in my meditation, that is what, I stayed focused on. I was getting, memories, flashbacks, all of that. And so I'm sure that this message is for many people out there, which is why I'm sharing this. And what really came to me is raising our children. How many of us, whether we are parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever the title, how many of us have witnessed or have been a contributing factor to uplifting a behavior that is meant to be healed? That, quite frankly, we are assigned to heal, that we were created to heal in our bloodline. How many of us are accountable for our assignments of healing? How many of us choose to ignore, disregard, turn a blind eye to a dysfunctional behavior that has been passed down in our bloodline from generation to generation to generation? How many of us are guilty of that? How many of us have normalized raising children with behaviors that are detrimental to that child, to the bloodline, and to society? How many of us have normalized and have accepted dysfunction? How many of us are committed to dysfunction? How many of us are committed to being a victim? I just spoke on this Sunday. I touched on being a victim. And you all excuse my long pauses as I'm speaking, but I am literally speaking as I'm receiving the words. I don't have anything written down. I don't have a notebook in front of me. Nothing like that. I am truly just speaking from spirit is what I'm gonna say. I'm speaking as the words are given to me. You uplift the curse that you are meant to heal. And it starts on a cellular level. Cellular. CELLULAR. It starts on a biological level, on a family level. Family is the first community in society. Family dictates the outcome of society. Now, my mind is going to this short sermon that I saw on TV of this preacher. And you know what? I didn't know I was going to speak on this, but I did screenshot the church and the preacher and the topic. And it was this preacher. I believe it was a church in Georgia. And this preacher was tearing the church up with what he was saying. Excuse me. And he was saying this very thing. He was holding families. He was encouraging his congregation to look at their households, to look within themselves as the leaders of their households, and to really look at how their family is functioning, how they are guiding and leading their family. Because the family, he said, the family is the cause of what's going on in society. If our society is harmful, corrupt, that's really the word that came to my mind first, corrupt, then we have to look at our family, we have to look within ourselves. There's no more blame to give to outsiders. There's no more blame. We have to go back to our families, to our households, to the foundation of our households. And in order to look at our households, the foundation that we set for our families, we really have to look within ourselves, within our hearts, within our own experiences as a child growing up. Time out. There's a time out for blaming. There's only room for accepting what is. As I said Sunday evening, I said every one of us has experienced a trauma, and every one of us has participated in traumatizing someone else. We're all walking this earth with some type of traumas, period. So there is no more room, no more time, no more energy should be invested into blaming your mama, your grandmama, your daddy, your uncle, your grandpa, your auntie, this person, that one, whatever. It is time to be accountable and to heal what we know we have to heal. And we have to be brave enough to do this. There is no more time, no more energy, no more room to blame pastors, to blame your spiritual leaders, to blame politicians. People are who they are. It is time to look within yourself and to heal, to address what needs to be corrected. It is time to be responsible. It is time to be accountable, to move forward in that correction. You cannot lead a healthy household if you are a sick individual, if you are sick with being a victim, if you are wallowing in misery, in unhappiness, if you are walking this earth with a poverty consciousness, with a diseased heart. And don't front like you're not dealing with this, because you tell on yourself. When you speak, you tell on yourself. How you treat others, that's how you tell on yourself. You can never, ever, ever hide what is within your heart. It will always be exposed. No matter what you say, no matter how hard you pretend, no matter how sweet you want to make your words, trust me, your words would eventually reveal what is within your heart. Your actions will eventually reveal what is in your heart. Your facial expressions will eventually reveal what is really within your heart. You can no longer hide. We are literally in a season where you can no longer hide. And I had to chuckle a little bit because the The second words that I received this morning after the words of you uplift the curse that you are meant to heal is what you are hiding will be revealed. You will expose yourself. We are in a time of exposure. What you are hiding will be revealed. And this is part one. Part one of this topic is dealing on a cellular level, on an individual level, on a family level. Family is the first community in this world. Family is the micro community to the bigger community. And so it starts within us. You want to live in a healthy neighborhood? You want to live in a safe neighborhood? Ask yourself, are you a safe person? Are you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, verbally a safe person to be around? You may think so, but go ask your children. Go ask your spouse. Go ask your partner. Go ask your friends. Go ask your associates. Go ask your business partners. Go ask your colleagues. Go ask your neighbors. Are you a safe person to be around? Or are you a violent person? Are you a vile person? Are you an abusive person? Are you a person of accountability? We are definitely in a season of audacity. And as I said on Sunday, audacity is on clearance because everyone, it seems, has the audacity to say and to do vile things. Are you that person? And if you are you brave enough to correct yourself? From my experience in the last few months, dealing with other people, dealing with former friends, I have learned that there are many people that cannot take being corrected. Being corrected stings. It stings your ego. It may hurt. It may shake you up. One thing that I tell my friends, and one thing I tell people in general, please tell me what you need to tell me about myself. Please correct me, even if it hurts my feelings, even if it makes me cry. Because I want to be corrected. I don't want to move forward in this life being stubborn, being oblivious, and being hurtful to others. I want to be accountable. I know it's going to sting because some things that I think that I'm so great in, maybe I'm really not. That's my ego telling me I'm great. But what is the purpose of having friends if they cannot be honest with you? What is the purpose of truly living and experiencing this life if you can't be honest with yourself? And if you are not willing to open your heart to grow and evolve. Because you know what? I don't care what religion you subscribe to, I don't care what belief system that you gravitate to. I don't care what you believe in, what you don't believe in spiritually. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, in this life, if you do not learn a lesson, you will surely repeat the lesson until you learn it. Just like grade school. If you don't pass the sixth grade because you failed your classes, you failed the test, you failed the lessons, then you're not going to move on to the seventh grade. That's the same as this life. You're going to stay stagnant at a certain level of consciousness until you pass your test. I don't care what you say. I know that to be true. Please ask yourself and be honest. Are you uplifting a curse that you are assigned to heal? Are you living a cursed life that you need to heal? Are you passing on a curse to your children that they will be burdened with and that they will pass on to their children and then to their children's children? And then you have participated in passing on a curse. That is your legacy to your descendants. That's your gift to your descendants. When you return back to source, when you return back to your creator, when you return back to Allah, that's going to be your deed that you take with you. That you were not brave enough to heal what needs to be healed. That you were so committed to your ego and to your stubbornness and to your low level consciousness and to your gutterness that you were willing to pass on junk to your children. That's how low you think about your children. That's how lowly you even think about yourself. You uplift the curse that you are meant to heal. This message is for those that need to hear it, that need to digest it. If I am triggering you, then this message is for you. If you got the stank face right now, then this message is for you. If you rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth because you thinking who she thinks she is to say this, then this message is for you. If you feel this in your heart, if you feel this in your stomach, this message is for you. And if you are so triggered that you would go and hoop and holler in front of so many people because you got an attitude after hearing my words, then guess what? This message is for you. This message is for you. If you are so bothered by my words, then you need to heal that curse. You are a walking curse. And you're sabotaging your family. You're sabotaging your so-called friends. You're sabotaging your associates. You're sabotaging your business that you're so proud of. And you have all this pride and arrogance about. Go sit, sit down and sit in your feelings, sit in your triggers, and ask God, ask your higher self, why am I so triggered? Please reveal to me, why am I triggered? What really needs to be healed within me? Y'all gonna get tired of me of talking about go sit somewhere and meditate, go sit somewhere and heal. But the fact of the matter is, that's what you're meant to do. You were not created to come through this life and be a hell raiser because you're running from what needs to be healed. Your assignment is not to be a trouble starter, a deviant, a witch, a Jezebel, a warlock. You are meant to be greater than that. How dare you try to manipulate others because you are triggered and call other people that are calling out your nonsense as deviants and devils. How dare you manipulate others and try to convince that people with a message that are striving to stand on righteousness are evil when it is really yourself. Go sit down and go face yourself. Go face your demons. Go face your hurts. Go face your pain. At least love yourself enough to do that. At least think highly of yourself enough to address yourself. And that's it. That's the message. You uplift the curse that you are meant to heal. And this is part 1. This is truly part 1. Inshallah, part 2 will be coming later on today. So watch out for it. Because I'm just going to pop on. I'm not going to come on at a scheduled time. I'm just going to pop up and I'm going to give the message. And that message will be more on a macro level. You uplift the curse that you are meant to heal. And along with that, what you are hiding will be revealed. I love you all. May everyone have a safe day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for catching the replay. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
To hell with those damn willow trees. We don't give a damn about them willow trees. We need clean water, a public safety plan, $16 million